The end of the homeschool year is nearly upon us, but before you let it get away from you, I'm going to share today 8 things that I'd like to try to do at the end of every school year. Not only helps us end our year strong, but it helps to set ourselves up for success next year. Welcome if you are new here. I am Tricia. I am a homeschooling mom to 3 kids, and we are finishing our 11th year. I can't believe 11 years. Along the way, I've learned a lot of tips and tricks and such that have helped us to make our homeschool uniquely ours. And that's what I like to try to do here on this channel, is to help you do the same thing. So the first thing I like to do is update our records. I'm also terrible about this. We've never lived in a state that I've had to submit anything at the end of the year. We've never had to do portfolios or anything like that. So I was never really in the habit of it. But now that my daughter is in high school, last year at the end of the school year, I took a couple mornings as teacher work mornings. And updating her records was the first thing I did. Course grades, course descriptions, etc. If you have to submit portfolio or whatever, get those things down and get that out of your way first, because I'm not sure if that's a fun task for any of us. Next one is to evaluate your school year. If you've been around for a while, you've probably heard me talk about this. You may even have my resource for it. But one thing I like to do is give my kids a questionnaire that really asks them about their view of the year. Things they liked, things they didn't like, things they want me to know about the year, things they might want to study next year, whatever. I love looking at these and seeing how they change from year to year. But I also really just appreciate their insight into the year. And I have that as a freebie. The link will be down below. If you stay tuned to the end of the video, I have a end of the year homeschool pack resource that I will share the details with over there at the end. Next thing is to purge and sort. Sort through your books, which things you don't want, and get those things ready to sell. If you do like a consignment thing, a consignment sale, or I can't think of the word. Where you can set up a table with a group of other people. Secondhand sale, I guess. Set a box, get those things put over into the box and ready to go. If you're going to sell on Facebook or something like that, even before the end of the school year, you go ahead and start taking photos and pricing them, and that way you have it ready as soon as you're done to get those things out of your house. You also want to make sure you go through your papers, all the little nooks and crannies of your homeschool room, the drawers and the folders, get pulled all out and sort it through. I like to turn on some music with the kids, and we just kind of make this kind of a ritual part of the end of our homeschool. Digital files is another thing that if you've downloaded freebies throughout the year, go ahead and spend 30 minutes and go through your computer and sort out the things that you want to keep, things you don't want to keep, things that were terrible, you never recommend anyone else. Get them off of your computer. That way you don't have that clutter. Number 3, take inventory of what you're going to need for next year. I have, in my resource pack at the end, I have a inventory sheet that I use to go. I put it in our schoolroom, and as we finish things up throughout the year, but especially at the end of the school year, I write down on the list what things that we need or we're going to need next year. But more importantly than making the list is making sure you don't lose it. Learned from experience. So make sure you have it saved somewhere. If you use a paper planner, you could tape it or paper clip it into your planner for June or July. If you use something like Homeschool Panda, you can go into the shopping list area and just type it all in there. If you put it in Google Docs, whatever, wherever you like to store things, do it. But make sure you save it someplace that you will, make sure you save it and save it someplace that you will remember where it is. And that way, not only do you not have to think through and remember what you need, once school sales start, you can just grab your list and go shopping. Next, start planning for next year. Or if you are having one of those years where you're ending, kind of skidding in on fumes, just make a plan for when you will do your planning. So if you've still got energy right now, awesome. Get some stuff you can start doing, kind of looking for curriculum or sketching out your year, maybe when you'll start, possible start dates, end dates, vacations, field trips, whatever you need to do, whatever you can do, go ahead and start getting those things out of your head and onto paper. If, however, you do not have a lot of energy, not a problem. Don't force yourself. But I think it's really important to make a plan for when you will do your plan. So starting in July, I like to spend an hour or two every week. I try to do it at the same time to work on the year. And so I just go ahead and put those things down, or put those dates down. It may change, but if it's on there, then I'm remembering that I need to do it. Preserve your memories. Grab your camera, grab your phone, sort through your pictures from the year. On my weekly overview sheet, I like to write down memories, a memory or two each week, good things, bad things, whatever. So I save those somehow. If you have a preteen or a teen, they could start learning some movie editing skills and they could put the pictures, do a little movie with them. Whatever you want to do, just preserve memories before you forget them. I really regret that I did not do more of this when the kids were younger. Yes, photos come up sometimes and I can remember why I took that photo, but I didn't do near as good of a job as I wish I had. So, learn from my mistake. Let's start making a plan for your summer. Maybe you do school during the summer. If so, you've probably already started thinking about what you're going to do, but maybe you don't. No problem with that. I don't see any harm when you do it or don't do it. But something that I have found really helpful is to go ahead and brainstorm a little bit of movies we want to do, fun or educational, audiobooks we may listen to while we are driving around to summer activities or to the pool or such, places we might want to visit, a park or whatever. I like to make a list and put it someplace like in my planner or on the refrigerator so that I can see them. Maybe we'll use the list, maybe we won't. If you'd like to do crafts with your kids, that might be fun. Or if you just have kind of a bucket list of items, go ahead and put those things down. And don't feel guilty if you don't do any of them. But it's nice to have it available for when you're feeling bored or you want something to listen to, but you're not sure what. Well, you can just head to the fridge and grab your list and you have some inspiration. And I think it's really important to end your year with a celebration. As a military family who moves around a lot, I like to keep the celebrations pretty simple because I don't want anything that's tied to a location. So we have two things that we do at the end of every year. One, we head to the bookstore and I let the kids choose whatever they want. Books, magazines, whatever. And we go out to eat or to go get ice cream. I keep it really simple. For one, we do change locations. For two, some years I just don't have the energy at the end of the year to do much. I see on Pinterest these elaborate end of the school year celebrations and that's great, and sometimes I wish I was that kind of mom, but I'm not. So I try to keep it pretty simple, and yeah, I just try to keep it pretty simple. If I want to do more one year, I will, but I keep the routine or the tradition of what we do easy to manage, low prep. And that brings me to the resource pack that I have for you. Over the past few years, I have been developing this and tweaking it until it's just what I would use. This 12-page pack includes things like the questionnaires I mentioned, the inventory sheets, evaluations for me as the homeschool mom, how I managed the house that year, how our standardized testing went, a brainstorming page so that at the end of the year, if I don't want to plan for next school year, I can just do a 30 or 45-minute brain dump so that I have all these ideas dumped out so that when I do start planning, I won't have forgotten all the things that I had thought about as possibilities for next year. And through May 31st, I have it for 50% off over in my shop. The link for that and the code will be down in the down bar. And I will see you in the next video.